Well folks, here's an update on the fig Espalier that I decided to try, which is otherwise known as a step over fig. So I have the two limbs trained either side along the ground. I have these buckets holding them down. I should have probably used rocks because it takes too much space with these buckets. But anyway, I have to say I'm very pleasantly surprised at how it's turned out. As you can see here, we have all these shoots that are starting to form along the limbs here, and they're growing straight up, so I haven't had to train them. And I've noticed with some of the well, actually all of these Espaliers that I've done, because this is not the only one, that once you force these shoots along the ground and they're exposed to light, they will then just naturally produce limbs along the length of the branch. And that was something I wasn't too sure would happen or not. I used to think that most of the limbs would be around the end of the branch, but obviously not. So it's taken off here. I might have to thin some of these out, but looking good, and we're getting quite a bit of growth. So I mean, the spacing between this node and this node is pretty good, fairly reasonable, and enough to allow enough light in here. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how this turns out next season, because it'd be much easier for me to cover this during the cold spring if we do get any late frost. And just by way of comparison, here's another one that I bent over. So here's the limb going across here, and again you can see all these shoots popping up along the side here. I do have to prune some of this other branches back, or open up the canopy at least. This is a Violet de Bordeaux. And I did the same with another Ronde de Bordeaux that I have here, and again you can see all of these limbs making their way up along the length of this branch, even down here. So all I have to do is allow the ones that I want to grow, which would be obviously this one here, maybe take some of these smaller ones out, or maybe space them evenly apart, maybe a foot and a half, and just allow them to grow straight up like you would some of these limbs. But yeah, I have to say, very impressed. If you're thinking about doing it, just do it. It doesn't take up a huge amount of room. This one's quite small. The end of this was pruned from the frost that we had, so we have some more shoots coming out there. I can get this to grow along here, but I think I might just keep it about that length just to see how she goes. And yeah, so that's the update. Take it easy, guys.